Lake Powell, Page, Arizona, known as a jewel of the Colorado River. Here you're looking at Rainbow Bridge. Boy, what a beautiful place. Glen Canyon Dam, boy, what a gorgeous operation. You talk about power, they really have it there. We head up Lake Powell, oh, I would say 45 miles. I'm only guessing at this. And we're going bass fishing. When you're going down through these canyons, anywhere you want to go, it doesn't make any difference. I don't believe there's an artist in the world could ever put the colors that you see on canvas. It'd be almost impossible. Sometimes you think you're looking at a castle from these rocks. Now, it doesn't make much difference just where you go in this lake. It's 138 miles long. You have bass and trout fishing, and it's fabulous fishing. I would say that some of the finest fishing in the country is in Lake Powell. And they have plenty of food in that lake, and these fish are growing and growing fast. And I understand when they first stocked it, they put 11 million trout and bass in this lake. We try to find the ledges where the ground will taper out, then drop to a straight ledge, and you'll find these bass along the ledges. And we didn't have any trouble catching fish. It was a lot of fun. Lake Powell has 1,800 miles of shoreline. It would take a long time to fish it. There's plenty of room for everyone. One thing I like about fishing at Lake Powell, you have so many canyons, little runs that run back in there, sometimes maybe 1,000 yards, 200 feet, even better than a half a mile. We've picked up some bass around 2 to 3.5 pounds. But Floyd Dominic tells me that it's no trouble at all to take 5 and 6 pound bass out of Lake Powell. And I have some friends who've been there and caught the fish when they're biting. Those are really nice fish. Of course, you have a lot of wind in that country, but one thing about all these canyons, you can always get out of the wind. Now that's a little run that goes up in there, I would say about 300 or 400 yards. You find a place like that and you won't have any trouble catching bass. Some of my own lures. Kept changing just to see what would happen. Didn't make any difference what I used. I caught fish. Those bass are nice and clean and healthy looking. was catching one, then I'd catch one. We just average about the same. Sometimes you get a couple fish ahead of me, then I'd catch up with him. I understand that Lake Powell will hold back 4 straight years of spring runoff. Boy, that is something when it will do that. That was about the average size. If you want to go slowly along, just keep looking. You'll see so many markings along there that it looks like somebody had gone up there with a chisel and chiseled out all those beautiful markings. But the wind and the rain, they did all this himself. Nature did it all. It's a trip that you would never forget. The first night we was there, we had rain. Spent the night on the shore sleeping in sleeping bags. We had to cook on the shore. We didn't have a tent or a thing. And believe me, boy, the nights are really cold. But you don't get all the comforts of life sometimes when fishing. But when you got excellent fishing like that, it doesn't make any difference whether it's raining or cold. It's wonderful. There's plenty of places along there where you can find a nice flat spot where you can camp if you want to. And a lot of people today are camping along the shores of Lake Powell all the way through. Page is not a very large place, but it's a very comfortable place. Has some wonderful motels and a good airport. If you like good fishing and beautiful scenery and big country, come to Lake Powell and have a lot of fun.